Here's Dansby Swanson. We talked about him a moment ago. 0 for 3 in the spring so far. A former #1 draft pick that the Diamondbacks traded to the Braves in what appears to be a one-sided deal. That ball's a mile. Is it fair? It is. Braves on top. Swanson's first hit of the spring. And for the Braves, their first home run.
A fastball up and in. Dansby Swanson just dropping the barrel on the baseball. Very short, compact swing, getting the head out. And as we've seen here at 15 ballpark of the Palm Beaches, the ball carries to left field, and that one sure carried.
1-2. Wieters tomahawks one deep into left. See you later. Back wall of the bullpen. 4-1 Washington. Evidently, slimmer doesn't hurt the power. That ball was hit a mile.
Yeah, all the work you don't see behind the scenes leads to what you do see when the lights are the brightest. And even though this is a spring training game, Matt Wieters showing you all the hard work paying off. He's feeling good about his swing, working with Kevin Long, and you see the results right there. The first see you later on Masson of the Year goes to Matt Wieters.
That ball is hit hard to deep left. Stevenson back. He can only watch it. It's into the opposite field bullpen. And after missing first base, Franco goes back and touches it to touch all four. Pretty impressive swing, even with a little help from the breeze.
A little handshake from third base coach Ron Washington. That was loud. So fastball away, and he just went with it. That wasn't a bad pitch by Solis. It wasn't up. And that's where the ball goes here at 15 ballpark of the Palm Beaches. Nice swing.
Smokes that one to right field. Rickard racing back to the track and wall, and that ball is out of here. Blake Swihart with a 2-run shot. On a rope to right field into the bullpen. And a jolt to life here at JetBlue, courtesy of Blake Swihart.
Well, that's where the hands and the quickness and strength of his hands come in on that swing. Watch how quick his hands are through the hitting zone. Look at that bat, just turn that bat over. Perfect time for everything to come together. You see a really big follow through. Nice.
Brings up Barfield 0 for 2 today.
And running out of room. Even in spring training, the philosophy of how you play the game doesn't change.
High deep drive in a left center field. This one carrying way back, and kiss it goodbye. Jeremy Barfield crushes it. The Red Sox go back to back and lead it 4-1. A towering drive by the big DH. Well, 28 home runs in the minors last year, 27 at Double-A. He can do that.
That's what you're paying him to do. Watch this swing. This is the definition of a power hack right there. Looked like he got a hanging breaking ball, and he just pounded this one.
That is drilled deep right field. Fowler back, looks up, and it's gone. 3-run homer, Kyle Tucker. Well, not the start anybody was hoping for Michaelis in a Cardinal uniform, and there's the power of Tucker. And wind's blowing in a little bit from right field. It's blowing more right
field towards center field, but you got to smoke it to get it out of here to right, and he did. Any summary of what your pitching coach philosophy might be as you enter this season?
Well, I'd say right now it's pitch like Mike Mayers. I mean, pretty good way to go. He was on the attack very well.
Drive into center off the bat of Tommy Pham. And he picks up right where he left off a season ago. Tommy Pham, a solo home run, on base for the second time today. Good to see that. Tommy Pham, the 2020 man from a year ago. And the Cardinals, with that home run, get on the board. Mike Maddox, the Cardinals pitching coach, is our guest. That's a drive into center field off the bat of Molina. Back-to-back for the Cardinals. Tommy Pham, now Yadier Molina, back-to-back. And that makes it a 7-2 Houston lead. Mike, you can join us whenever you want if this is the way it's going to be.
I'm game for that.
Michael in the game the other day against the Blue Jays was 0 for 2. That one's hit well. Deep to left field. Going back is Robinson. And it's off the back wall of the Phillies bullpen. A 2-run home run. And it's now a 4-3 ball game.
Bottle that swing, Michael. No effort there, Tom. No effort. Quick hands, slow feet. Play Pepper with the back of the wall in the bullpen. I mean, that pitch, couldn't ask for a better pitch to hit. And that's what good hitters do. They do not miss it. But on balance, he finishes. He's not falling over. You let that velocity do all the talking.
Just getting back to that topic of free agency, a guy of Eric Hosmer's talent, I just did not expect him to sign as late as he did. I just thought that Hosmer would have signed in November, December. I was just stunned, and not just him, but others.
Well, how about Arrieta that's out there?
Still hasn't signed.
There's a frontline pitcher, J.D. Martinez.
Still in limbo here.
Still in limbo.
Still waiting out the physical with the Red Sox.
You know, the Red Sox, we talked about it with Napoli when he agreed to a 3-year deal. They came in there and said, whoa, put the brakes on that. They only gave him a 1-year deal.
Hit high in the air, left field. Ball might have a chance. Span back track. Get out of here. Garver with a 2-run homer. And now the Twins lead 4-1. Off-speed pitch, and Garver went down and crushed it. Garver, 17 home runs at AAA last year. Good piece of hitting right there. And like that, Kevin Cash going to come out and get Dan Jennings. First pitch down and away, ball 1. And right back, well crushed off the bat of Crone. And this ball is a hit a ton. Out of here. And that has tied it up 4-4. And that's what Crone was traded for, is to come over here and provide some of that power right there, and he has it.
And that's what the Rays are going to be lacking throughout the year. They love their pitching, but last year they were near the bottom in runs scored. They hit a ton of home runs. That number may dwindle a bit this year. They strike out often, but they hope that they will increase their on-base percentage more this year while giving away some power.
Reese McGuire came in last inning defensively, taking over for Russell Martin. 1-2. McGuire, former #1 pick of the Pirates, came to the Blue Jays along with Francisco Liriano. Breaking ball hammered deep to right, and this one's going to go. Jim Adducci has given the Tigers their 3rd run of the afternoon, a long home run on a breaking ball that hung on the inside part of the plate.
The pitch before that, the prior pitch, was a slider down and away. Not a bad idea with 2 strikes to go down and away, and it looked like they were going to try and do the same thing. Let's go down and away. The catcher is set up down and away, but the thing hung in there, and you can see from Panone's reaction, he knew that Adducci got all of that.
There's a drive into center field. They were looking up. This ball is going to be out of here.
Gift Ngope. It's a solo home run to lead off the bottom of the 8th inning. He put a charge in that thing.
Hey, maybe it's going to come out. You put the work in, you put the time in, and maybe that bat will start to come around. That was a 2-2 fastball. About 92 miles an hour right over the middle of the plate. And I'll tell you what, he got all of it. The wind has been blowing from right to left all afternoon. And that thing on a line got out of here to give the Blue Jays their second run of the afternoon.
And this one's crushed deep to left, right down the line. Fair or foul. Home run. 3-run homer. Yoenis Cespedes is first, and the Mets first of the spring. They got all of that.
Be inclined to agree with you, Gary. Excellent analysis on your part.
I don't believe we have access to exit velocity in spring training, nor launch angle. But it was hit hard.
That was a bomb, down and in. And he just went down and got it, and that ball's clearly fair, way out, not without a doubt.
It's no secret that there's a strong possibility. Home run for Dietrich right there, but it's no question that there's a strong possibility that at least one of the starters will end up in the bullpen. What are your thoughts on that potential? Would you be okay with ending up in the bullpen, and would you like to know sooner rather than later just to get your work in that way?
Of course, I'd love to be a starter. That's what I got drafted as, and I pitched every year. But honestly, I'll just get back to the team. I just want to win. I just want to get to the World Series and play baseball. That's what I'm really excited about.
Finally, Robert, we were talking a little bit before we came on air about the atmosphere in this camp, and a lot of guys have been speaking about it. How would you describe Mickey Callaway and Dave Island and what they've brought so far?
They're just, the smart guys. They bring a lot to the table, and it's just been a lot looser around here, a lot of smiles, and it's just been a lot of fun so far.
Robert, appreciate the time as always, and that was a good first step.
Yeah, thank you.
Lobaton hits it well out to center. Shuck going back, looking up, and out of here. Jose Lobaton takes one deep. The Mets' second home run of the day, and it's 6-2 New York. Ronnie said it yesterday as you watch Lobaton swing. Darno and Plawecki look like they're going to be the catching tandem, but Lobaton, with his reputation defensively, if he hits it all this spring, it's going to at least make that conversation interesting.
It's a little bit different than when I played. I don't want to date myself, but there's a lot more distractions, a lot more social media and things like that you have to kind of I hope that sits down. I don't think so, though. But anyway, you just have to kind of circle the wagons as a team and come together very quickly, and build a culture. Winning doesn't happen by accident. It's something you got to work on.
Shifts came down a little bit last year overall, but I think that's only because some teams used them so much the year before that there almost had to be a little bit of a balancing out. Well, but they're here to stay. I don't think they're going away.
I totally agree. You really see them when you play in your own division. You play a team 18, 19 times.
Jason Kipnis crushes the ball to deep right field, and it's gone. His first home run of the spring gives the Indians a 1-0 lead here in the third.
Well, got himself a fastball. Had 2 strikes on him. Tried to sneak the heater by him inside, and he did not get it by him. Kipnis put a really good swing on it. And the Indians will take a 1-0 lead.
It's funny, you and I were down there watching batting practice, and Kipnis was in that first group, and they were having a little game at the end when you jump in and get one pitch. And Lindor was launching the ball deep, and Kipnis got in there and just said, "Know thyself. Just take your base hit and make left-hand turns." Well, he got into that one and smoked it.
He's an athletic catcher.
but is prone to strike out. There's 2 strikes on him here. The count level as Richards delivers. And this is lifted in the air in the right field. It's hit pretty well. Going back is Liriano's still back, and that one is gone. That was impressive right there to the opposite field. A little bit of a breeze blowing out in that direction, but a leadoff home run for Hedges. It's 1-0 San Diego.
It was a great job just allowing the ball to, yes, get deep, but also understanding what Garrett Richards' fastball does when it starts tailing away and just being able to just meet it. You know who's providing the power, and very impressive on the way he did not even have to try to generate that power. Was automatically and naturally going the other way.